Buongiorno,
Ciao Marti,
ciao Ele.
come va?
Bene, tu?
Bene, bene, bene. Ho già gente, Grazia, Moschetti, Nunzio. Li lascio
Nunzio?
lì.
Come si chiama Nunzio? Oddio, chi è?
Nunzio, Mastro,
Ah, ok, sì, sì, ce l'abbiamo, Mastro Rocco. Sì, lasciali
sì,
un attimo lì così facciamo un po' aspettiamo le interpreti.
Vincenzo, Diana, Roberta, sono tutti attendees, giusto?
Vincenzo, sì, sì, sì,
Bene,
sì.
allora li
Abbiamo
lascio.
anche qualcuno di interno nel progetto. Madonna, che casino.
Andrà benissimo. Respiriamo, zen. Ti vedo carica di buona energia stamattina, Marti. Andrà
Bene, guarda, ti
benissimo.
ringrazio. Ci son già stati dei malintesi, dei malentendu,
Sì? No, 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 nessuno, nessuno. Sono sicura che ecco Sabela,
okay.
facciamo entrare. E Roberta, cavolo, magari Roberta è Roberta? L'ammetto.
Sì, dovrebbe essere l'unica Roberta.
Sì, non ci sono altre Roberte? Allora
Sì.
ammettiamo Roberta, così facciamo le room subito.
Ah, ecco, devo un attimo fare una madonna.
Ci sarà Elisabetta per caso online?
Normalmente sì.
Allora ti metto subito cost intanto
Sì,
per qualsiasi.
perfetto. Ho dimenticato qualcosa nella mail o era abbastanza
Guarda, io ti,
buongiorno.
ti giuro che non ho neanche fatto in tempo a finire di leggerla. Guarda, stamattina Antonella è lunedì mattina, ecco, quindi diciamo solo questo. Quindi adesso la finisco di leggere. Mi avrei mandato le liste per i gruppi. Ecco, adesso finisco di leggerla. No, scusami, non ho proprio fatto a tempo.
Sì,
Intanto
sì,
facciamo le
sì.
room di traduzione. Buongiorno
Okay.
Roberta, Isabella, buongiorno.
Buongiorno,
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Tutto bene?
tutto
Sì,
bene,
tutto
grazie a
bene.
voi.
Bene, tutto bene, grazie. Allora, facciamo subito le room.
Mh-mh.
Io devo un attimo, fare una chiamata perché, vabbè no,
Inglese e spagnolo. Marti, hai comunicazioni da fare? Perché se parto con le room dopo non le senti più.
Ecco.
ah, no, 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 allora aspettiamo un attimo, tanto abbiamo un quarto d'ora.
Ok?
Un attimo solo. E sono un attimo in, conversazione con le colleghe di Bright bulgare. Forse
Mh-mh.
c'è stato un malinteso, non ci siamo capite
Ah,
bene, per cui non so se adesso chiamo un attimo la mia collega, non so se, faremo alla fine ci sarà anche la presentazione dal punto di vista della Bulgaria. Ci sarà quella italiana, quella rumena, abbiamo mandato stamattina le slide,
sì.
e quella bulgara adesso chiamo un attimo Mira e, mi metto un attimo su muto, poi vi dico tra 5 minuti.
Va bene.
Okay, comunque meno lavoro, non più, quindi è comunque una buona notizia. Vi lascio un attimo ad Eleonora allora, non so se,
Sì.
avete domande per me, altrimenti vabbè, torno tra 2 minuti.
Va bene, tu fai la telefonata in caso ci sentiamo più tardi.
Va bene, arrivo subito.
Eleonora, io ti ho penso che ti ho inviato l'invito per il WhatsApp group. Non lo so
WhatsApp
se
group. Allora, fammi
sì,
controllare un attimo. Ah, sì, sì, eccolo, l'ho visto. Sì, sì, sì. Allora, aspetta,
perché è
accettiamo
molto utile sempre.
tutti. Sì, 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 certo. Eccolo qua. Eccomi. No, io ragazzi eviterei di mettervi subito sulle room perché sennò poi siete bloccate, non vi sentiamo più, non potete più parlare.
Ok,
Quindi aspetterei 2 minuti, tanto adesso abbiamo ancora 10 minuti.
Va
Vediamo Marti quando torna, se ha delle comunicazioni e poi le facciamo partire, tanto sono qui pronte. Che dite?
va bene
perfetto.
Leonora,
Ok.
certo.
Eccoci. C'è ah sì, giusto, sono su. Mi sentite?
Sì,
Ok.
Martina.
Non mi avete
Mar-
sentito tutto il tempo, spero.
No, no,
No,
no.
no.
No, no. Martina, quindi soltanto una cosa non ho capito, durante le breakout sessions, tu ci assegni in una breakout session alla fine non come ruolo di traduttrici o rimaniamo
Confermo.
senza fare niente? Ok, perfetto.
Potrete partecipare come
Ok,
ascoltatrici.
va bene.
Vi ho messo, come Eleonora tu hai la lista, vi ho messo Sabela in quella con gli andalusi
Mhm.
e Roberta con quelli un po' più vari, che può essere che ci sia bisogno di un supporto della traduzione, ma non si sa.
Qualche parola. Ok, va bene.
Niente
Perfetto.
di grande, di
Ok,
major.
allora mi assegni tu automaticamente. Ok.
D'accordo.
E
Ho
basta.
parlato con la collega bulgara e confermo che non ci sarà alla fine una presentazione delle sfide insomma, sul territorio bulgaro. Ci
Mhm.
sarà però quelle 3 slide che che la collega aveva preparato e che vi avevo condiviso, saranno all'inizio, quando ciascuno avrà un minuto per presentarsi.
Ok.
Quindi sono alla fine le stesse slide, lei dirà brevemente in un minuto chi sono e poi alla fine non ci saranno quei 5 minuti. Questo vuol dire che probabilmente le breakout sessions saranno un po' più lunghe, avremo, cioè non 10 minuti, ma almeno 15, così da favorire un po' lo scambio.
Va bene.
Ele, tu ci hai sentito?
Sì, Marti, ho una domanda per te. Se ci sono collegate persone che non sono nella lista, dove le metto?
E chi sono?
Ah, no, dico nel caso, perché appunto dicevi nella mail che è possibile che non tutti si siano effettivamente registrati e che quindi ci vengano online persone il cui nome non compare nei gruppi.
Sì, no, ti ho portato alcuni esempi, immagino, può essere che stiamo aspettando soprattutto 2 persone, una si chiama Nina e uno si chiama Mircea.
Ok?
E Nina va nel gruppo della Bulgaria, gruppo 5, Mircea va nel gruppo della Romania, quindi gruppo 4. Sono 2 persone che in teoria, cioè è obbligatorio quasi che partecipano, ma non mi hanno risposto. Quindi nel loro caso così, altrimenti io cercherò un po' di seguire la lista, ho un altro
Ok.
computer accanto a me, guardo un attimo al limite, se tu me li aggiungi in basso,
Va bene, perfetto.
poi li organizzo, altrimenti
Grazie.
lo facciamo al momento ed
Al
eventualmente
momento.
li
Va bene. Solo
senza.
una cosa, io non vedo il gruppo 5 sulla lista, vedo solo fino al gruppo
Sì,
4.
perché il gruppo 5 dipende dalla partecipazione di questa municipalità che non m'ha risposto, quindi
Ah,
vediamo se sono connessi, altrimenti questa Diana Georgieva, che è bulgara, la metteremo.
dov'è Diana Georgieva? Ah, ok, questa qui, ok. Quindi il gruppo 5 sarebbe fatto da Diana e queste due Nina e Mircea. No,
Eh,
Mira,
Mircea va nel gruppo 4, nel gruppo 5 ci sarebbe Diana,
Mi-
Mira e forse Nancy, però vediamo se si collegano.
vediamo se si
Sono
collegano.
scettica,
Va
onestamente.
bene. Ok,
Adesso
ok.
allora finisco un attimo sta presentazione che, cioè, è possibile, non ho ancora ricevuto tutto, quindi sto facendo. Vabbè.
Mi dici poi quando fare partire, posso far partire le room? Che dici?
Nel senso già impostarle e già dividerle?
No, solo le room di traduzione.
Ah,
Così le
ok.
traduttrici sono sistemate. O hai qualche altra comunicazione con loro?
No, e io all'inizio allora ricorderò semplicemente la questione, insomma, parlare lentamente perché avremo traduzioni, come avere accesso alle interpretazioni e di spegnere il microfono coloro che non parlano. C'è altro
Glielo
che.
spengo io, casomai se vedo
Va
casino.
bene,
Ok?
Ok.
Bene, allora faccio così. Se no abbiamo il gruppo
grazie.
WhatsApp comunque.
Sì.
Esatto.
Aspetta. Inglese e spagnolo. Avvia. Le vedi correttamente tu, Marti?
Interpretation, sì, adesso vado su Spanish e dovrei
Anch'io.
sentire Sabela.
Isabella?
Tu la
Prova,
senti?
prova. Mm. Proviamo se inglese.
Italiano,
Ah no, scusa, sì, italiano.
Roberta, ok, ti
Ok,
sentiamo,
Roberta,
bene.
sì. Isabella?
Spanish, Sabela, forse non è connessa.
Io la vedo come segnata come interprete qui, eh?
Sì, sì, no, dico magari si è allontanata un attimo.
Ah,
Devo scriverle su WhatsApp. Ah,
sono qua. Ma perché non si sente?
mannaggia.
Sul canale spagnolo. Mm.
Pronto?
Isabela? Un attimo, nel frattempo io sto un attimo, sono persone che riescono a collegarsi, allora mi stanno...
Oh, lei ci sente. Allora, proviamo.
Proviamo a rifare?
Sì, sì, faccio io, tranquilla.
Grazie.
Allora, terminiamo. Sabela, ci senti? Prova.
Noi non sentiamo lei neanche in questa situazione.
Sì, ma adesso io ho tolto le traduzioni. Tu, Roberta,
Sì.
ci senti? Puoi parlare?
Io vi sento, tutto a posto.
Ok, sì, io nella room inglese ti sentivo, quindi perfetto. Sabela non la sentiamo, non capisco perché.
Ciao ragazze, non è che magari Sabella
No, sono stata io. Ho messo il mute,
ecco.
ho messo il mute
Ah,
e mi sono completamente dimenticata, ho messo il mute manuale sulle mie cuffie.
Ok,
ok, meno male.
meno
Dispiace,
male, tutto
mi
bene,
dispiace,
ricominciamo.
sono stata io.
Nessun problema.
Per questo dramma che ho fatto.
Ok, ripartiamo. Ora ti sentiamo, sì, tutto a posto. Benissimo. Grazie, grazie. No, nessun problema. Ok, perfetto.
Allora, un attimo, so che sono già le 11, devo soltanto finire una cosa.
Vai, vai, Marti, tranquilla, dimmi tu e io avvio quando ci sei.
Ok, allora adesso condivido lo schermo. Ah sì, metto un attimo in chat questo link già adesso, così poi posso condividere lo schermo per fare l'aggiornamento a Zoom nel caso in cui qualcuno non l'avesse fatto.
Benissimo, buona idea.
Ok. Allora questo, nascondo un attimo ciò che non si può vedere. Lo schermo. Ok, allora adesso condivido lo schermo.
Vedete
il mio schermo?
Sì.
Ok, molto bene. Allora direi che... Come?
Benissimo, benissimo, la registrazione è in corso. Io su 10
Ok,
posso iniziare a mettere
va
le persone.
bene, facciamo
Però c'è
entrare.
uno tipo, la gente che non so chi sia, lo ammetto lo stesso, 39, 35, 1.
Sì, sì, ammetti. Io non ho condiviso il link pubblicamente, quindi sono stati
Ah,
invitati
ok, quindi
solo...
sono tutti
Sì,
invitati, perfetto. Va bene, allora
va
partiamo.
bene, grazie. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maria Carmela, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, mi sa che siamo solo noi.
Buongiorno. Mi senti Martina?
Buongiorno.
Yes. Good
Ok,
morning.
good morning, good morning.
Good morning, buongiorno.
Hello.
Salve, mi sentite?
Yes.
Ok.
Okay. So good morning, everyone. We will be waiting, welcome, and we will be waiting just a couple of minutes for everyone to join. We'll also share the link with somebody that actually, somebody might have a problem to connect. And in the meantime, I would like to ask you if all of you have downloaded the new version, the updated version of the Zoom as suggested, because that is absolutely necessary to be able to have access to the translations. In case you have not, we have put already in the chat the link for the translation, for updating the version. So it takes just a couple of minutes, and we will be waiting for everyone to join. I guess you will also have the time to very fast, very shortly update it. Thank you.
Ciao, mi sentite?
Sì, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, ciao Martina, sono Barbara.
Ciao Barbara,
Piacere.
benvenuta, welcome.
Ciao. Non sentivo, allora pensavo fosse...
Stiamo
disattivo.
aspettando 1 minuto, 2 minuti che tutti si
Perfetto.
colleghino.
Disattivo allora. Ciao.
Grazie.
Martina, nell'attesa, visto che Juliet non può partecipare oggi, insomma, io avrei invitato un ragazzo che ci sta seguendo, parla anche molto molto bene l'inglese, per cui se possibile lo ammetterei se
Certo.
si chiama Didac Urquizu.
Ok, va bene,
Okay?
grazie.
Grazie a te.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, good morning, Mira.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, it is cold. Sunny, but cold weather, under 10 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Yeah, so
already. Miria's from Bulgaria. Just to give a bit of
yeah.
Hello, everybody. Somebody else from Bulgaria. Diana is here.
Hello, Diana.
Hello, Diana.
Какво стана с...
До вечера ще излезат резултатите след 5. Минах да ми вземат кръв.
Sorry for talking in Bulgarian. Diana was having a business trip last week in one region where COVID is bursts a lot, and today she did examines, and I asked her what about the results, but results will be known in the evening. So she's working from home, and I'm alone.
Just under quarantine.
Mira, we are quite desperate because yesterday we had new decision from the government and meeting with the local bodies in presence are stopped down. Yes.
Oh, completely
today, completely stopped. Only in digital way, online. You cannot meet them. And in the next days, within this week, we have to start with the women workers, the meeting in presence. And now we are trying to understand if it's allowed or not.
Oh, yes, I fully understand.
It's a bad Monday.
Yes. I cross fingers for our team because at the end of the week we are planning to go to do the second training for the mobile for the counselors. How we call them? The women counselors, labor counselors,
yes, labor mediators.
Mediators,
yes.
Sorry. And in Stara Zagora, I'm really afraid because numbers in Bulgaria also are raising every day. And we could expect such kind of decision to break our work. Yeah, fortunately.
Yeah.
That's why I was pushing in September to have the meeting with women, but it wasn't possible because the trade union was collecting all the classroom, and so this is a problem because I don't know how we can manage online with the women workers because they stop to work at 6 in the evening. And so how can they manage all these, they don't have digital devices also.
Absolutely.
We have to give them, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
And it was yesterday night that the premier introduced these new measures because the numbers are increasing day by day.
Yeah. At the same time, different rumors about the PC, how was the name, Diana, for the
PCR test?
Yeah, around you can find a lot of articles how they are not appropriate for COVID and that the data couldn't be reliable.
Yes.
Sorry, ladies, for interrupting. This is really unfortunate, and I guess also later on in the meeting we will be able to share all this together.
No, we were using some periods while organizing all people in the discussion. I stopped.
Yeah.
Martina, are we all? I believe we are waiting for someone. Are we all together?
Yes, we can start.
No?
Actually.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, no problem. So I guess we're all here. Hopefully also those who could not join will join us soon. My name is Martina. I'm Adinolfi. I'm here on behalf of ALDA, the European Association for Local Democracy. I'm here with my colleagues Eleonora and Elisabetta, who will be supporting us, especially from the technical point of view. Thank you very much for this. And also with the rest of the colleagues of the Bright project and the Bright Consortium. And soon we will also get to know each other, which is one of the main goals of this meeting. Before actually going through the agenda, I just would like to give you a couple of technical feedbacks, because first of all, we are here on Zoom with 2 interpreters who will be supporting us, translating from and to Italian and Spanish. So I would like to ask you all to try to speak a bit slower than usual to actually allow also the interpreters to do their work. We have here Sabela and Roberta, our translators, and thank you so much for your support. About interpretation, you can find it on the bottom side of the window. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Zoom, but there is a little button with the interpretation tag, and you can switch through the windows. I hope it works. In case it doesn't, don't hesitate to write it in the chat, and perhaps my colleagues Eleonora or Elisabetta can follow up on that, perhaps suggesting to download the updated version of Zoom. Finally, I would like to ask you, when you're not speaking, to perhaps turn off your microphone so that we can also help the Sabela and Roberta, the translators, doing their job. If there are no questions about this, perhaps we can start very briefly with the agenda for today. I'm really happy to welcome you in the first capacity building webinar of the Bright Project. This is the first meeting of a capacity building path that I'm really happy that we will be doing together. As you know, we will start off with a presentation of each other. You will have 1 minute to introduce your organization, more or less 1 minute. We will do that through the beautiful pictures that you have shared with us in the last days. Then we will shortly present the project and the capacity building program path. Then we will be divided into groups, and we will open the so-called breakout sessions. Divided in groups, we will be exploring the local challenges when it comes to the participation of the women of underrepresented citizens in general. There will be then a coffee break, and we will go back to the plenary with a collective restitution and discussion. We will close up with an insights from the challenges that have been gathered by the colleagues in Italy and in Romania. We won't be focusing on Bulgaria for this time. We will go back to that in the next meetings, thanks to the colleagues of CREA and CPE. We'll finally close up around 1 p.m. If you agree, we can start with the presentation of one another. Yes, we will have 1 minute per organization to present our work very shortly. And if you agree, I can start since I already opened the floor. And I hope you can see the slide. Please nod so that I can get a feedback of if you see the slide. Okay, thank you. I will have 1 minute to present ALDA, the European Association for Local Democracy. ALDA is dedicated to the promotion of good governance and citizens' participation at the local level. ALDA focuses on activities facilitating the cooperation between the local authorities, the civil society organizations, and the citizens across a wide array of topics, following indeed the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals agenda. How we do that, I think this picture is best representative of it, because by adopting participatory methods, we foster the exchange between the citizens, the civil society organization, and the local authorities to actually find sustainable solutions to solve local problems. This was from my side, and now I will give the stage to ActionAid Italia, which is the lead partner of the Bright Project.
Hello,
Hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rossana Scarica-Barozzi from ActionAid Italy. ActionAid Italy is part of an international federation working in 45 countries. Our mission is to fight poverty and social injustice. We started our work in Italy in 1989, basically as an advocacy organization focusing on international cooperation. And we have a dedicated program aimed at fighting social injustice in Italy since 2011. And our program focuses on migration issues, anti-poverty interventions, women's rights, and of course, the participation of communities, and in particular, people living in vulnerable situations, in shaping policies and services. And our women's rights program focuses on violence against women and on women's economic empowerment, including in sectors where women and workers' rights in general are most at risk, and this includes the agricultural sector. And my colleague Grazia, I leave Grazia to introduce herself. She has a very important role in the Bright project, so of course it's better if she introduces also herself.
Okay, thank you, Rossana. I'm Grazia Moschetti. I work in the Gender and Economic Justice Unit. I'm the project manager of the Bright project, and it's part of a program, and we'll see better it later. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now go to the CREA, which is another partner of the Bright project.
Good morning. I'm Maria Carmela Macri. I work, I am a researcher at the Center for Policy and Bioeconomy, and the Center for Agricultural Policy and Bioeconomy is one of the 12 centers of the Council for Agricultural Research and Economics, which is the most important research organization and public research organization on agri-food. It is under the supervision of the Ministry of Agriculture. Our center develops socioeconomic analysis and also mainly support the implementation of the agricultural policy at national and also regional level. Our center is structured in a central office in Rome, where I work, and also we have more or less one observatory for each region. One of these is in Apulia, where Grazia Valentino works. And perhaps Grazia can say something about herself. Grazia.
We have to unmute you. I guess you have your microphone.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Good morning to everyone. And Carmela said whole. Thank you.
She is Grazia. Okay.
Thank you very much. We will now go to the next, which is Lapsus. 1 minute, Marcella. Thank you. I cannot hear you, Marcella. I'm not sure if Marcella is there. I don't see her now among the participants. We can perhaps go back to Lapsus later on. In the meantime, perhaps we can also fix this technical problem. So we can go to Center for Sustainable Communities Development, Bulgaria.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. We are a small organization of experts with a long history of work, 25 years already. Main actions are advocacy, being a member of National Council on Gender Equality to the Council of Ministers of Bulgaria. That's a good instrument and tool for doing that. We are doing different trainings, information campaigns, research programs, partnership building, all that's focused on gender equality, on gender equality as a focus, but covering different problems connected with people participation in decision-making, economy, development and participation of women, and mainly women, empower women to be strengthened and to participate in all decision-making processes. We are working also on global education, being part of the national organization, Bulgarian Platform for International Development. You can go to the different slides. For the moment, we are very much engaged in different projects, but concentrated on violence against women and economic empowerment of women, on problems of Roma community and migrants also. One big project, we raise youth, is in the list. We are running in a rural area next to Sofia region. It is oriented towards problems of young people, so-called needs that are neither working nor educated, trying to involve them in different, not only different actions oriented not only on capacity building, but also focus on supporting entrepreneurship development. And the last one in the project, we are leading the third work package, informative and raising awareness activities in sending countries. So just all the actions that are going on now, the training programs, capacity building of our labor mediators, information meetings, and we also have a role in a broad dissemination campaign.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mira.
Okay.
Now CP, Romania. Irina.
Hi, everybody. I'm Irina Sorescu. I'm the executive president of the CPS, Center for Partnership and Equality. We are a feminist organization, and we are working on human women's rights since 2002. And as you can see in the pictures, we are working for and with women in their variety in terms of age, educational background, status in the labor market, and mostly we are offering them support for their personal development and empowerment. And we are covering some areas of working from education to women's status in the labor market, but also we are working on preventing violence against women and trafficking in women. And we are doing all of them through research, but also through training programs and information campaign. And our focus now is mostly on women in the labor market, and this is why we are involved in Bright project, and it's very good for us that we have a chance to go to the grassroots.
Thank you, Irina. Now we have the colleagues from ePress. Sorry, I could not incorporate the picture in the presentation. I didn't make it, but I will leave the stage to the colleagues from ePress. Very welcome to speak in Italian and to get interpretation through the tab.
Grazie.
The other participants.
Ok. Grazie Martina, buongiorno a tutti. Io sono Elisa Calò, sono una ricercatrice dell'IPRES, che è l'Istituto Pugliese di Ricerche Economiche e Sociali, e mi occupo delle interlocuzioni con Alda tra le varie cose. Qui con me ci sono Nunzio Mastro Rocco e Vincenzo Sant'Andrea, che sono 2 coordinatori d'area e seguono rispettivamente le politiche migratorie, fra le altre cose, e il mercato del lavoro, con particolare attenzione alla componente femminile. L'IPRES è un istituto che è stato fondato nel 1968 in house della Regione Puglia e dal 2018 è una fondazione i cui soci principali è la Regione Puglia e altri soci sono alcuni capoluoghi di provincia, l'Università di Bari, la Camera di Commercio di Bari. Apparteniamo alla rete nazionale degli istituti di ricerca regionali in ambito socio-economico e tradizionalmente svolgiamo attività di studio e ricerca sui fenomeni socio-economici di interesse regionale, fornendo anche supporto agli enti soci. Attualmente siamo organizzati in 4 aree di ricerca che seguono idealmente le fasi di definizione delle politiche pubbliche. Quindi abbiamo programmazione, monitoraggio, valutazione e come dire, un'area trasversale sui progetti europei. Le attività principali che stiamo svolgendo riguardano l'assistenza alla redazione del Puglia 2021-27, 2 valutazioni in itinere relative alla strategia di specializzazione intelligente regionale e ad una misura nell'ambito delle politiche giovanili che si chiama PIN, uno studio sulla disponibilità di risorse idriche nei territori colpiti dalla Xylella e poi siamo coinvolti in 2 progetti. Il primo è un progetto interregionale del Ministero del Lavoro che si chiama Supreme in tema di caporalato, di contrasto al caporalato e come dire, integrazione della popolazione migrante, in particolare in agricoltura, e poi il progetto europeo Snapshots che è sempre sulle politiche migratorie, in particolare sono previste attività di advocacy e comunicazione. Vi ringrazio anche per averci coinvolto.
Grazie Elisa, thank you, and we will share the picture after this presentation.
Ok.
Now it's time for Sofa. Mikhail? Are you with us?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Give me a minute. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
So hello. My name is Michalis. I represent SOFA, and I will give you a small introduction. So SOFA is a social enterprise in Greece. It works as a business, a B2B firm. This means that SOFA's clients are brands, designers, festivals, and events in general. And it wants to empower refugees and victims from trafficking through work integration. So SOFA is built in order to help fight environmental and social problems that are related to the fashion industry, like human trafficking, unethical wages, and environmental degradation through that this industry is causing. SOFA was created when the refugee crisis began in Greece, and it was created because there was a fear that the refugees in Greece would become victims of trafficking, and we wanted to offer them work training in order to be able to become self-sufficient, independent, and assist them in creating lives they see value in. So all in all, SOFA is structured around ethical and sustainable fashion and acts as a counter paradigm on compared to the mainstream fashion industry.
Thank you very much for this. Now, Urban 2020.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emilia Budau. I'm an urban planner and I work for Urban 2020 Association. We are based in Bucharest and we are quite young. We like to think about ourselves as an idea lab organized as a non-profit organization, which supports actions and initiatives towards a more sustainable, smart, and emphatic development of cities, especially Romanian cities. As you can see briefly from the slide, we try to do so through participation and co-production initiatives, by trying to include in the decision-making process youth and marginalized groups, especially at local level, and by offering our support and the expertise in scenario building and integrated planning field, and also by implementing smart solution, policy support, and so on. We are really thrilled to be part of this project, and we really can't wait to know more about this issue, which is really present in Romania. And my colleague Andrada is also here. I would like to give her the floor briefly to introduce herself.
Hello, everybody. I am Andrada Lupulescu, and my expertise focuses on town planning and project management in the educational field. I've started working with Urban 2020, and I'm also excited to be part of this project. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bulgaria Municipality, Nina, are you with us? Or is there anybody else from the Bulgaria Municipality today? No. Okay, let's see if we can, well, get them later. And now we will then go to APDA. Carmen, ¿puede hablar español? Carmen, are you with us? No. That I guess she will...
Sí estoy, pero tenía... Hola, buenos días.
Hola, buenos días.
Bueno, voy a hablar en español, tenía el micrófono silenciado.
Ok.
Mi nombre es Carmen Vázquez, trabajo en la Asociación Pro Derechos Humanos de Andalucía. La asociación trabaja con la denuncia de vulneración de derechos humanos en general. La asociación tiene diferentes sedes en Sevilla, Cádiz, Málaga, Granada, Córdoba y Huelva. Yo particularmente trabajo en la delegación de Huelva y aunque la asociación tiene áreas de trabajo en educación, en cárceles, en marginación, migraciones, trabajo sexual y solidaridad internacional, particularmente en Huelva lo que más trabajamos es el tema de migraciones. Escogí esta foto porque actualmente en la provincia hay varias manifestaciones con todo lo que tiene que ver con las condiciones de vida de los asentamientos chabolistas en la provincia, y los habitantes, las personas que habitan en estos asentamientos, la mayoría son trabajadores, la mayoría no. Toda la población es trabajadora estacional en las recogidas de frutos rojos de la provincia. Además de eso, también trabajamos con las mujeres marroquíes en todo lo que tiene que ver con la migración que se hace para venir a las campañas de recolección en el campo. Bueno, básicamente es eso. Si tienen algunas preguntas más, pues aquí estamos. Creo que he tomado menos del minuto.
Gracias.
Básicamente es eso.
Gracias, thank you very much. We will also get to know more about your area in the second part of this meeting. Now I would give the floor to Gea. Is anyone from Gea connected?
Good morning. Yes, I am Milavia.
Good morning.
I'm doing the here at GEA, and I'm going to introduce you about something about GEA. So GEA is a non-profit cooperative based in Padua in 2004, and the main field of activity are intercultural dialogue, and we think that it is important to welcome and integrate migrants and vulnerable people in the society. So this is one of our field of activity, and in particular, the vulnerable groups we work with and support are women, youth, and children. And moreover, we are involved in European projects. For example, one that is active now is EYOS, European Youth on Stage, and it is a project that involves vulnerable groups, migrants, and second generation of migrants through art. In fact, art and sports are key words for us, and with the sports and arts, we include and make migrants active in the society and support them through work engagement and active citizenship. And we are in Padua, but we have a lot of partners around the world. And one important thing about GEA is that we welcome and support refugees, asylum seekers, and migrants. And at the moment, we are hosting them in apartments. And moreover, GEA changes along with the necessity of the society. So at the moment we're working with asylum seeker, and in the future we are going to work with the necessity, future necessity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Colori vivi.
Eccomi, io sono Barbara Spezzini.
Which translation?
Sì, perché io parlo italiano, in inglese non sono bravissima. Allora, Colori Vivi è una sartoria che nasce da un'associazione che si chiama Articolo 10, come l'articolo della Costituzione italiana che è legata all'asilo politico, quindi noi diamo il benvenuto ai migranti e ci occupiamo fondamentalmente di donne e famiglie e quindi di bambini. Fondamentalmente il progetto Colori Vivi nasce da Articolo 10 come il progetto nell'area lavoro. Le donne che non riuscivano a accedere perché troppo fragili alla formazione e quindi alla qualificazione, alla professionalizzazione, dedicate solo e esclusivamente a lavori di assistenza familiare quando questo era possibile, al loro corpo, che non sempre poteva tenere anche questi tipi di lavoro, abbiamo deciso di creare una sartoria, quindi tutta una serie di cose che ha detto prima Soffa, non vado a ripeterla perché sono molto simili, ma ha 3 obiettivi Colori Vivi: la formazione di queste donne, una formazione continua, il vendere un prodotto di alta qualità per riuscire anche a esprimere il concetto della bellezza attraverso il lavoro alle mani di queste donne, e la sensibilizzazione della cittadinanza, perché crediamo che l'inclusione dei migranti debba avvenire anche in un dialogo con la cittadinanza. Ecco, insomma, molto sintetico, ma è questo.
Grazie Barbara, thank you very much. Wisvi Ragusa is the next. Is everyone connected from Wisvi Ragusa?
Sì, ciao, sono Marco, sono in rappresentanza dell'USB di Ragusa. Siamo un sindacato che si occupa ovviamente di lavoro, di lavoratori, e in particolare poi, siccome peculiarità del nostro territorio è diciamo il lavoro nella fascia trasformata, nelle serre soprattutto del Lipparino, ci occupiamo appunto di tutela dei braccianti agricoli. E quindi diciamo siamo venuti a contatto sia con le realtà della nostra provincia, ma anche con situazioni di altre province, come ad esempio la Baraccopoli di Cassibile, dove nella scorsa primavera siamo andati a fare un po' di informativa sulla regolarizzazione. E quindi ci occupiamo sia di lavoro ma anche di sociale e quindi di assistenza, diciamo, a 360 gradi ai lavoratori che diciamo lavorano sul nostro territorio. Ovviamente immaginerete bene non in condizioni contrattuali limpidissime. Grazie, ho concluso.
Grazie Marco, thank you very much. Anyone from the Rural Women National Association from Romania? Anna? Are you connected with us, Anna? Perhaps we don't hear you. Let's see if we can get back to this later. Then we'll go to Adri. I'll leave you the floor.
Buongiorno a tutti, grazie per l'invito, è un piacere essere qui insieme a tutti voi. Non sono riuscita a scaricare probabilmente l'aggiornamento giusto, ma fa niente, io non c'è problema per l'inglese, lo capisco, lo parlo un pochino meno, però non c'è problema. Quindi noi siamo un'associazione di promozione sociale con la sede solo a Milano. Abbiamo fondato questa associazione nel 2011 e ci occupiamo in generale della comunità romena, di integrazione e di sostenere più che altro le famiglie transnazionali e preservare e mantenere i legami con il paese di origine. Siamo un membro della Romanian Women's Lobby, come un'altra associazione della Romania a cui partecipante. Siamo attivi per sensibilizzare la società civile e le realtà decisionali in relazione ai problemi che la famiglia transnazionale deve affrontare. Tra i tanti obiettivi abbiamo l'informare per prevenire lo sfruttamento lavorativo e il traffico di persone. Sono contenta che c'è l'associazione della Ragusa più che altro che si occupa della fascia trasformata. Sono stata lì in Sicilia 2 volte. Facilitare la comunicazione audiovisiva a distanza tra i genitori e figli, limitare il disagio crescente dei bambini left behind e poi sostenere il ruolo genitoriale a distanza.
Grazie.
Di promuovere tra l'altro la parità di genere e contrastare il gender gap e la violenza domestica, contribuendo per la promozione dei diritti della persona e per lo sviluppo di tutte quelle conoscenze, relazioni e competenze che rendono effettiva una vera e sostanziale cittadinanza. Volevo solo brevemente spiegarvi il senso di questa fotografia, no? Quest'immagine richiesta da voi. Eravamo lì nel 2013 a Parlamento Italiano, Camera dei Deputati, facendo il primo e purtroppo l'ultimo seminario sulla famiglia transnazionale organizzato da una ONG romeno in Italia. È stato molto interessante. Purtroppo siamo fermati a questo livello. Grazie a voi.
Grazie, thank you so much. We are getting to the end. Now I'll give the floor to Saf, who will speak in Spanish, so switch the translation tab. Thank you, Néstor. Gracias.
Buenas tardes. Somos del Sindicato de Obreros del Campo, Sindicato Andaluz de Trabajadores. Somos fundadores de la Villa Campesina a nivel de Europa y a nivel mundial. Y nuestro sector del campo, he cogido una de las fotos de una movilización de las que realizamos con los trabajadores temporeros migrantes, ya que la situación en Andalucía, como ha planteado la compañera, por el cambio del modelo agrícola, la mayoría de trabajadores del campo en Andalucía son personas migrantes. Y nosotros trabajamos por la situación laboral de los migrantes, básicamente en 3 elementos: los derechos laborales, el tema de sus derechos de extranjería, de los derechos de su documentación, de los papeles. Sabéis que hay muchos problemas con la cuestión de la ley de extranjería, y más ahora con el auge de la ultraderecha, y el trabajo de formación, porque muchas de las personas son trabajadores migrantes que tienen poco formación, poco, por ejemplo, problemas del idioma, problemas de sus derechos laborales. Eso es la tercera sector que trabajamos. Y además la agricultura es uno de los elementos centrales de Andalucía. La foto que tenéis es de Almería. Almería es la región de Europa que exporta al resto de países, a Alemania, Holanda, la mayoría de la producción de agricultura. Y está basado básicamente en mano de trabajadores inmigrantes y trabajadoras inmigrantes que sufren, como se ha planteado aquí, no solo abuso en sus derechos laborales, sino, por ejemplo, la cuestión de las mujeres. Hemos denunciado abusos sexuales, trata de mano de obra esclava, que también hay. Y bueno, la situación. Y en el tema de la vivienda, que también trabajamos, la infravivienda, o chabolas, favelas, que son la gran parte en Almería, en Huelva, en Granada, donde los migrantes tienen que vivir, ya que no se les permite, por culpa de la gran parte, por no estar regularizados, por no ser legales, aunque trabajan, luego no se les permite tener una vivienda. Estos son parte de los problemas que intentamos trabajar, y lo planteamos desde la formación, desde la movilización, y asumiendo que son ellos la base del sindicato en la agricultura, e intentamos que asuman y se empoderen, y gran parte de ellos ahora también son parte de la dirección del sindicato.
Gracias. Thank you very much, Nestor. And we are at the end of the tour de table. Perhaps I could ask if any, I know that Marcella from Labsus has joined us. So perhaps, Marcella, I can give you the floor to shortly present Labsus.
Yes. Hi to everybody. I'm Marcella Iannuzzi. I'm a member of Labsus, Laboratory for the Subsidiarity. This image represents the mission of Labsus. Our association is born when in 2001, in our constitution, the 118 article was approved. This article recognized that the Italian state must promote vertical and horizontal subsidiarity. It is that state must support the citizen that want to participate in the management of commons. And in 2013, with the municipality of Bologna, Labsus wrote the first regulation of shared administration of commons, where Labsus introduced the Pact of Collaboration as a tool to apply in a concrete way the shared administration. A Pact of Collaboration is an agreement signed by municipality and local stakeholder as informal or formal association or single citizen or inhabitants. The pact allows to draw the rules of shared administration from both municipality and citizen. They write this agreement all together at the same level. The example of goods that can share administrated are the simplest can be a green space in neighborhood, but we have a different level of complexity. We could speaking about public spaces, parks, or building, or immaterial commons, or services, as the case of Bright. In Bright, the main role of Labs is support the administration, the local actors to write, to sign the pact of collaboration, to create the services to migrant women.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Marcella. We will now then, I know that Anna, I see you now, I'm sorry for before. I'll give you the floor. I guess there could be a problem with the microphone. Eleonora, do you know? It's really, I guess I can hear something, but I cannot distinguish the words. Perhaps without, by disconnecting perhaps the headphones, I'm not sure. Shall we try again? Okay, there must be a problem with this is technology. We will get. I will. In the meantime, I will just perhaps ask if there is anyone from the Bogliarovo municipality. Or if there is anybody else who has not presented their organization. Okay. In case we will catch up with that later. I don't know if we can try again with you, Anna. It's really unfortunate that we could not hear you. By the way, we will also share this with you via email, and we will also catch up with the presentations later on, hopefully. So perhaps now we can go to the next part of our meeting, which concerns the Bright project. I will give the floor to my colleague, Grazia, from ActionAid Italy, for this.
Thank you, Martina. As Rossana introduced us before, yes, we can go to the next slide. Just to inform that this Bright project is the EU version of a program which was built up in the 2016 in the southeast of Italy, in Apulia region, where I'm based. And about Bright, we had about 4 years of research on the conditions of women workers in agriculture. When we came to the European citizens, we understand that their status doesn't prevent them from being exploited. And the possibility of easily crossing EU borders produces this kind of circular migration that facilitates their exploitation, especially in low standard sector like agriculture and care assistance, where main workers are women. And when moving to Italy from Western countries, especially Romanian and Bulgarian women are at risk of exclusion. There are several causes for this. One is the low level of information about their rights. There's something like a suspension when they come to Italy, and they don't have enough information in the departure. Second element is the high level of dependence from the community of origin. Let me explain. They find the job in Italy through illegal labor mediators, and they trust them, and that's why we say that they have the high level of dependence, not from their communities, but from these labor, not legal labor mediators. Another key element is that Italy doesn't adopt formal channels for the recruitment in these labor sectors, and all this process is managed by informal channels. And the last key element is that they have not only bad condition at work, but also life condition, because they stayed in isolated countryside, in crumbling shelters, and not safe at all. These workers are usually excluded from welfare services. We mean public services, and we don't have enough statistical data on their presence and their condition, in particular for women. There's a high internal mobility, and the social exclusion of these women make very difficult for local authorities to address services and of course participation in the public space. So with the Bright project, we believe that there's a deep relation between women's rights, decent work agenda, and gender responsive public services. And so we think that we need to switch the governance systems, regulating the precondition of access. In this structured system of violation of the right of these women, the Bright project supports women, local and hosting communities and institutions in setting up community welfare models for social protection systems in rural areas. And so when we work on the precondition of democratic participation, we mean that collaborative governance model have the potential to identify common needs among women and promote co-design services from them based on their needs, aimed at defining a gender-responsive welfare solution at community level. And all these services are designed and implemented by local bodies, because it's the public, for us is the state, the duty bearer for their rights, and in cooperation with local communities, trade unions, employers as well, and association. So the local social protection system become for us a way to make more visible these women to their communities and allow them to act as European citizens.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martina.
Grazie. We will actually have the chance to get to know more about the Bright project also in the very next meetings and webinars. Today is, in fact, is only the first meeting, as you know, within the capacity building path of the Bright project. Today we will get to know each other, and after this we will very shortly start reflecting and sharing on the challenges that concern the participation of underrepresented citizens. The next webinar, which will take place in November next month, the dates will be confirmed this week, so I will get back to you very soon. We'll focus on the participatory methodologies which actually answer to these local challenges. The collaboration agreements that Marcella, the colleague from Lapsus, has mentioned early on. In December, we will be meeting again, and we will talk about how engaging underrepresented citizens, and we will share with you, and we will also gather, of course, from your side, experiences from the fields. In January, we will work and we will reflect together on networking and awareness raising campaign on the topics of the Bright Project. And finally, in February, we will meeting one last time, and we will reflect on, well, the path conducted so far, which I'm really happy that we have been doing together. Now it's actually time to start reflecting and sharing on the challenges that, from your perspective, affect and hinder the participation of the underrepresented citizens at the local level. We have already anticipated the way we're going to do that, but I'm going to explain it now more thoroughly. We will now open the so-called breakout sessions. Thanks to Zoom, we will be able to split the plenary into 5 different groups, which are projected here on the screen. We will have one group which will focus mainly on the Andalusia perspective. We will have the group 2, which will share on different experiences, as we will be able to see. The third group will be mainly of Italian perspective. We will see the colleagues from IPRES, from CREA, and from USB Ragusa. Group 4, Romanian perspective with Brazov and, of course, Urban 2020. ADRI, Association for Rural Women of Romania, and CPE. And I'm not sure whether the 5th group is here. I didn't get an answer from the municipality of Boliarovo early on. We will see this very shortly. How it is going to work is that once divided in these groups, you will the guiding question that will orient, so to say, your reflection would be as follows. From your experience, what are the main challenges that prevent the participation of underrepresented citizens in your community? We will be happy to hear insights indeed from the local level, from your community, ideas and reflection when it comes to participation at the community level. Possibly focus on underrepresented citizens and, of course, also women. In practical terms, now we will be divided in 4 to 5 groups. The division in groups will be automatic. You will have to do nothing. Zoom will do everything for us. And my colleague Eleonora, of course, which has been working behind the scenes to make this possible. There will be 4 groups. We'll just have to accept. You will see that this main window will be closed, and you will get another window saying accept to go into breakout into room number 1234. Then you will get 10 to 12 minutes to discuss in groups following the question that we have just presented, that I have just outlined. And then you are invited to appoint a spokesperson per group. This person will report back to the plenary what has been discussed in each group, so that everyone is going to learn and to learn what other groups have been saying. The reflection will be guided through the identification of 3 keywords, ideally. So if you could summarize your reflection in 3 keywords, that would work to map our reflection at the end of these breakout sessions. I hope everything is clear. In case I will stay here outside the sessions, and in case you have any question also, don't hesitate to get back to me. Now well, this is again the guiding question, which will orient your reflection, and that now we could, unless you have any questions, we could enable the breakout sessions option. I will give perhaps some seconds to the translators to make sure that there are no questions. Okay, I guess everything is fine. Let's see, fingers crossed. So based on this question, we can open the breakout rooms. There will be support for translation, especially a bit in the group 2, as you will see. Eleonora, I guess.
People are entering the rooms.
Okay, thank you for the feedback.
So yeah, breakout room 2 is completed. In the 3 people are still 3 people are still here. Need to accept the invitation to enter the room.
So in questo caso sono is group 3, right?
For the group 3, yes, 3 persone. Nunzio, Vincenzo.
Ok. E Nunzio, Vincenzo del gruppo 3 dovrete accettare, si chiuderà la finestra principale, dovete accettare di entrare nella stanza di lavoro numero 3 e verrete inviati direttamente.
Martina.
Ho visto, grazie. Eleonora, grazie, e vorrebbe andare nel gruppo 3 invece che nel gruppo 4.
Ok.
Grazie. I still see somebody here. Also, it could be the case that some participants have not, since we didn't know, we didn't exactly know you and your name. So that we.
I didn't create the breakout room 5. Shall I?
Okay, you can. Perhaps first we can. Oops. No. Can I ask? So Vincenzo is still here, and he should be going to
number 3.
Number 3.
He's already invited. He should only accept the invitation to go to the 3.
Poi then there are 2 people I cannot see your name, unfortunately. Can I ask to unmute your microphone, young lady?
Maybe it's me, it's Nancy from Bulgaria.
Nancy. Sorry, I've never seen you, Nancy. I've never for the first time. Okay, then there is somebody else.
And Diana
with a picture.
Yes. Didak.
What's his name?
It's Didak Urquiddu. I asked him to confirm his organization.
He's gonna go to group number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I just sent the message privately. Sorry, it took me a while to answer.
No problem. No problem.
I sent you the invitation for room number 2. Okay.
Okay. Vincenzo is still here.
Lana, Mira, and Nancy.
Okay. So sorry for this. Unfortunately, the colleagues from the Boljarovo municipality, well, they haven't not joined today. So of course, I had thought that an exchange with them could be particularly interesting for you. So I'm sorry that we could not create this group number 5. I don't know if you would like to join some other groups. Here in the presentation, you can see that, well, the group number 1, they will be speaking Spanish, mainly. Group number 2, mainly Italian with some English. No, sorry, mainly English with some Italian. because Sofa is Greek. So if you want, you can join there as a listener as well. Then group 3 Italian based, group 4 Italian Romanian based. So perhaps we can add you to group number 2 as the listeners.
Okay, as I see, we do not have any other option, and you already saw in practice that the main problem is the participation of and challenge the participation of municipalities.
Yeah.
You see, we cannot press them.
Yeah.
To come. I was sending twice to them invitations before presentations of our organization. Nobody answered of my emails.
Yeah. Thank you for your effort. It's really unfortunate. And actually an alternative for now is that, for example, you stick together here in this plenary. We also create another very short breakout session for the 3 of you, and you share with between each other what is the main challenge, you know, from a Bulgaria perspective, which you have just also brought up.
Yes, maybe it's more useful for us to talk between ourselves, because for the moment we are in 3 different places. Nancy, not in Sofia, so we have a lot of discussion, and later we shall receive the reports of the other groups.
Okay, so Ele,
maybe to stay together now.
Can you create a 5th group for the CSCD?
Sure.
Team? Thank you. And you won't have 10 minutes because now I think we have already run out of time a bit.
Okay,
but
okay.
You will
No,
have
no.
5 minutes. And
the same time as the other groups.
Okay, thank you for your understanding.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Diana is still here.
She should accept. Okay, there we go.
So
Quindi
now
ora siamo solo noi.
And Lari.
Lari. I assigned to room 3.
Okay.
Okay, it's gone. And Vincenzo?
Probably he's not connected. Let's see, because I guess he is from, I'm not sure, Vincenzo. Probabilmente non riesce ad essere, è rimasto collegato while, intanto insomma non riesce in questo momento non sta partecipando diciamo alla riunione, quindi aspettiamo un attimo.
Ok.
Tu vedi, tu non, Ele, you see, sorry, probably in English, you see if the participants, can you follow on the other windows, the breakout rooms?
I cannot enter the breakout rooms. I can only see that they're like the people joined, but I cannot enter them. I can only send a message to everybody.
Okay. I think we could send them a message saying 4 minutes to go.
Okay, I'll send it.
Thank you, Ele. actually, Ele, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Actually, I was thinking that we could also, since we have a coffee break after this, perhaps we can also give them the choice to continue discussing during the coffee break, or to take a break before joining the plenary.
Okay, so they have, like, starting from now, they have 5 minutes of coffee break. So rooms shall finish at 12:25, right?
Okay.
Okay, I'll send a message. Ma quindi Marti, scusami, gli dico, you have 5 minutes of break now. You have the choice. Either you discuss some minutes more and remain in the breakout room, either you take your break.
Yes, and we see each other back the plenary in 5 minutes. Because we are running a bit out of time, so invece instead of 10 minutes of coffee break, perhaps we could make 5. How do you feel it as a listener?
The message is too long like this, I cannot send it, but I'll just say you have 5 minutes of break now. After those 5 minutes, the rooms will, we will resume the discussion in the main room.
Great, yes. Ele?
Dimmi.
Ok. Can you see my screen? Puoi vedere il mio schermo non più sulla PowerPoint, su PowerPoint?
Yes.
Ok. Su Mural.
Yes.
Ok. E una volta tornate nella plenaria dobbiamo reinserire come si dice, gli interpreti.
Sì. Rossana è con noi e anche Sabela sono uscite dalle room.
Ok.
Dimmi tu Marti quando chiudere le stanze. Avranno 1 minuto di tempo.
Ok, allora... Ah no, abbiamo detto 5 minuti. Quindi
Un altro
adesso...
minutino.
Sì. così che ci sia un attimo di pausa. Io tra l'altro adesso che sono su Mural non vedo più a lato a destra la... Ah, ecco, adesso sì. Tu la vedi? Vedi, scusami, vedi i partecipanti, la fotografia? Le fotografie, diciamo il controller di Zoom?
Sì, io vedo tutto.
Cioè sul mio schermo condiviso, dico.
Ah, no, nel tuo schermo condiviso no.
Ok, perfetto. Possiamo, secondo me, chiudere le stanze con 1 minuto, no? Adesso c'è il countdown, se le chiudi.
Ok, chiuse, tra 60 secondi saranno terminate.
Ecco. Welcome back, some of you. Bentornati. Bentornate. I hope the translation, the breakout, the working rooms worked out. Spero che abbiano funzionato le stanze di lavoro. Abbastanza bene. All good? All good.
Yes.
Grazie.
Martina, abbiamo ancora 2 minuti di pausa.
E sì, adesso just the time, giusto il tempo di tornare qui tutti in plenaria, quindi insomma 1 minutino, rimpostiamo le interpretazioni e poi cominciamo con la restituzione, quindi sì, 1 minuto e mezzo. I was saying that we will start again in like 1.5 minutes, just the time to set up again the interpretation tab. And to be sure to be everyone to be all back to the plenary.
Ci siamo.
Ok. Bentornati, welcome back. Eleonora, can I ask you if the interpretation tabs have been opened again?
Normally they are.
Okay, they should be working then.
Yes, they are.
So we'll just wait 30 seconds that everyone is back from the coffee break. I hope you have taken advantage from the coffee break, or have you kept talking in the breakout sessions in the rooms?
Talking, and we didn't have enough time, you know.
Yeah, I know, I'm really sorry.
we didn't finish, in fact.
Okay. Well, this is just the first meeting, and also based on all this, we can also organize the times better in the next ones. Thank you for your patience. It's never easy to understand what is going to be the reaction and the contribution. So we will take that into account for the next 2 meetings for sure. Less talking, more actions.
Okay.
Can we include in one of the capacity building meetings 2 sessions, very short? One is to teach us how can we organize this translation, just technically using Zoom. And the second one, for example, how we can organize polls.
Okay.
Poll. Yes, poll.
Okay, thank you, Mira, for this. So I guess we are all back from the hopefully enjoyed the very short coffee break, and we can contribute all to the restitution. So I would ask the first group, either Carmen or Nestor, to tell us a bit what you have spoken about, and we will through 3 keywords, if possible. You will see them here through this mural. The floor is yours. You have a couple of minutes.
Vale, bueno, la discusión con Néstor y también estuvo, ay, olvidé su nombre, bueno, no importa. Estoy sin video porque estoy como en una contraluz, entonces es muy difícil que se me vea bien así. Básicamente la discusión giró en torno al miedo de la gente. Es que bueno, fue muy, o sea, estuvo bastante interesante la discusión y resumirla es muy difícil. I'll do my best. Algunas de las cosas que o sea, digamos que la ley de extranjería española es digamos que es una gran restricción, y de esa ley se divide en varias, digamos como varios retos. Entonces uno tiene que ver con la falta de regularización de la gente en el campo, que además incide en que haya mucho miedo para participar. Es decir, básicamente el miedo por el hecho de estar como ilegales, entre comillas. Otro de los asuntos que vimos también es la falta de voluntad política. Néstor, si olvidó algo, ¿me ayudas? La falta de voluntad política de los mismos ayuntamientos para que la gente participe. Y otra de las cosas que encontramos en común tiene que ver con las mismas condiciones laborales. Son jornadas de trabajo muy extensas, muy extenuantes, y en realidad la gente lo que quiere luego es irse a su casa a descansar. No, creo que en principio serían 3. No sé si dejo algo por fuera o tú preferirías dar más énfasis en otra, Néstor.
Correcto. Muy bien resumido.
Creo que es eso.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this. I hope I have mapped I've mapped it well. In case, let me know, because I'm not very fluent in Spanish and I could not switch language. So in case, get back to me with this. Now I give the floor to the second group.
Yes, I'm here. So we were Gea, Lapsus, and Sofa. We are from Italy and Greece, so the local situation is almost the same. So the 3 keywords could be experiment new and effective intercultural dialogue in order to improve the participation of migrant women in the local services. Then the second one, bureaucracy, we could say. So make it easier, more accessible and direct, since most migrants in general don't know the existing services available to them to make them part and active of their society. And then we have said bottom-up engagement, so direct participation of migrant during the, welcome process and integration process, always through a correct mediation, sorry.
Thank you. Yes, I think it really captures, I'm also from Italy, and it really captures also the reality that I am familiar with. Thank you very much. I give the floor to the third group, unless there is something else to add from the second.
I think, okay, yes.
Thank you. Third group.
Martina, I'll summarize our 3 key elements are the statistic, data, and governance. Second is the role of institutions and the trust of women workers in them.
Okay.
We mean that there are not tools which integrate different policies. Sorry, we are switching into languages. And the third element is the vulnerability, high exposure to vulnerabilities for women, and also because they are EU citizens. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because of their status, we can say.
Yes.
Okay.
EU citizenship. Thank you, Grazia. Thank you, group 3. Group 4, the floor is yours.
Parlo io, ragazze?
Sì, va bene.
Allora, noi abbiamo messo giù evidentemente più cause, ma se vogliamo fermarci a 3, diciamo che la famiglia, la parola che comprende tanti aspetti è la mancanza, lack of, la mancanza di fiducia nelle istituzioni, nel vicino, nel parlare, cioè fiducia, la mancanza di informazione come causa di tante conseguenze, la mancanza di volontà politica. Possiamo sviluppare ogni elemento qua, anche le necessità, il supporto psicologico di cui dovrebbe usufruire un qualsiasi migrante, poi la mancanza di autostima è un'altra causa molto importante che con un supporto psicologico certo possiamo migliorare. Il nostro background comunista, cioè, è una causa di tanti nostri malesseri, impossibilità di dialogare, di avere fiducia, di migliorare il nostro presente e di impegnarci nella vita sociale e politica del paese dove viviamo.
Thank you very much for this. I wish we could have more time to go through the 3 to 4 dimensions that you have brought up. Anything from the group 5, the Bulgarian team? Something
yes,
that
Nancy will take the floor.
Hello, from me. Actually, our conclusions are really similar to the others, but what we were discussing is that most of the Bulgarian women prefer to work with other Bulgarians who are already there. And the problem sometimes is with these people who are already there, because they're telling these women that they're going to work and earn more money if they don't pay fees and the bills and so on. And here is the problem, because these women, they don't speak the language, they don't trust Italian institutions, maybe because they're used to not to trust our institutions. I think this is part of the reason. And it's really interesting because these local Bulgarians, they're asking for a percentage of the salary of these women. And what else? When I attended our info days and spoke with part of the women, and I'm telling them that they can retire in Italy and they are going to have a really high pension. They're asking me, okay, how many years I have to work in Italy? Should it be legally? So they don't know their rights, because these local Bulgarians who work with them, they don't speak about disadvantages of working legally because this is not their interest. And the third point, which I think is it's really important, is that all these women, they don't have self-confidence at all, and they don't believe that they deserve someone to treat them better. They don't believe that they can ask for help or they don't believe that they have any kind of rights because they are abroad.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nancy.
So they consider this attitude to them as a normal.
Mm-hmm. So have a systematization of this. Thank you all for contributing. By listening to you, I hope that I also have identified the sort of the right umbrella terms for each challenge. What I see is that there are many points in common, from the lack of political will, lack of support in various local communities, and also from various contexts. I also see some a common point of lack of information on the EU rights and the citizenship, lack of data, which enable the governance, like a good governance. So I could also see some different layers of conversation from the institution one, the civil society one, and the perspective of the women, lack of self-awareness, self-confidence, lack of support, which was brought up both from the Romania and the Bulgarian perspective. Then I also see here in the second group, I see that what has been stressed is also a focus on the process. So how to experiment good and participatory and sustainable practices to actually enable their participation, and bottom-up engagement through a good mediation. The mediation is also something that has come up in many conversations that I have had with some of you, and something that we could also started also reflecting upon in the next meetings, especially the third one, the one where we will focus on the practices on the field that has been realized within the BRIGHT project and also in other circumstances. So would anyone like to intervene, to say something, to contribute to this first mapping, which is it's a very first mapping, it's a starting point for a work that we will be doing together. Is anyone willing to bring something else, to bring up something else?
I would.
Irina, is this your microphone? Can I ask? Okay.
Okay. So at least in the case of Romania, it's a lack of framework and methodology. Even citizens at the local community wanted to enter into the dialogue with the public authorities. They don't have channels and they didn't know how to do it. And it's also a question of process here.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Thank you for clarifying this. And I also think that we will have also the chance to touch upon these specific challenges in the next meetings with a focus on... Vai, prego.
Volevo solo aggiungere, forse non vedo, non lo so, forse non vedo io, che c'è la necessità, c'è la mancanza di supporto psicologico, cioè la necessità di una rete, lack of support, psychological support, ma non solo. Noi per esempio come romeni in Italia, come ONG non possiamo competere con un ONG italiano per poter accedere ai finanziamenti, per poter vincere dei bandi, quindi rimarremo sempre un'ONG minore, senza finanziamenti, senza possibilità di farci sentire, farci conoscere. Questa per noi è un'ottima opportunità per dire la nostra, per esempio, perché dal momento in cui la Romania è entrata nel UE, da quel momento siamo equiparati alle ONG italiane, ma non è vero, perché avevamo bisogno di un qualche supporto da tutti i punti di vista. Ecco, io conosco per esempio associazioni italiane che sono rappresentate su varie forme in Romania, che vincono sempre i finanziamenti, ma sono sempre loro che hanno delle realtà più piccole e noi non possiamo accedere a queste opportunità. Questo è solo un esempio.
Thank you.
Sì, io posso... ok.
Sylvia, I couldn't understand the connection with the psychological support you are asking for. What do you mean? Because afterwards you started to talk about the lack of financing. What do you mean by the need of psychology support?
Io dicevo che ogni migrante ha bisogno di un supporto psicologico, ogni migrante, non è il migrante bulgaro o romeno, perché nel momento in cui le sue radici, non ti porti con te le tue radici e quindi hai bisogno non so come poter spiegare a qualcuno le problematiche tue personali o della comunità, perché poi ci sono tanti problemi che uno incontra nel mondo lavorativo. Per la mancanza di un supporto psicologico, per una preparazione che purtroppo non si fa prima di mettersi in viaggio, ti ritrovi in un paese straniero senza conoscere la lingua, la legislazione, eccetera, ti ritrovi anche sfruttata tante volte. E per esempio il lavoro di assistente familiare, quello chiuso in casa 24/24, questo porta dopo un tempo, alcune volte, vabbè, dipende dalla persona, a dei malesseri psicologici molto seri. Ci sono persone che si sono suicidate, ma tante in Italia, come anche bambini a casa, il cosiddetto sindrome italiano, che è un problema molto serio, è una depressione, si chiama così per un altro aspetto, possiamo riprendere, anzi meglio se riprenderemo questo argomento che è molto molto importante, ed è per questa situazione del supporto psicologico è abbastanza conosciuto sia in Italia che in Romania, però nessuno si dà da fare perché non ci sono finanziamenti per questo, non perché la situazione non è grave, è molto seria. Faccio un esempio, io ho ottenuto una mia statistica, diciamo, dall'89 ad oggi, ci sono più di 120 bambini che si sono tolti la vita per la lontananza della mamma, quindi questo non è un incidente, non è una cosa molto seria che si trasmette tante volte dalla mamma, il malessere al figlio. Vabbè, possiamo parlare di questo in un altro momento.
Grazie Silvia. I hope it's, well, I think it also helped all of us to put things a bit more into perspective. Thank you for this. Grazia, do you want to add anything?
Volevo, se potevo intervenire rapidamente, aggiungerei la tematica delle competenze degli operatori, perché purtroppo sul tema dell'immigrazione, sempre facendo parte di quello che è un welfare, non ci sono gli stessi criteri rispetto al welfare dedicato, diciamo, prettamente agli italiani. E questo porta a burnout, comporta che, voglio dire, albergatori si siano messi a fare quello che è il primo incontro con una persona migrante, che è anche quello dove in qualche maniera va a impattare, arrivano con delle speranze che molto spesso diventano in realtà, per parlare alla fine del processo, di radicalizzazione. Quindi non si deve solo guardare loro, ma anche le persone che in qualche maniera accompagnano. E in queste competenze occorre fare molta attenzione alle sovrapposizioni che ci sono, perché un educatore è un educatore, uno psicologo è uno psicologo, e molto spesso viene delegato allo psicologo l'attività dell'educatore, all'educatore l'attività di psicologo, e questa cosa è assolutamente molto grave, perché sono due compiti entrambi necessari, ma alle volte un buon educatore può agire sull'empowerment della donna e prevenire certe forme di disagio che poi necessiterebbero di uno psicologo. Quindi, e quindi anche essere il ponte e il portavoce, l'operatore, educatore che sia, della voce di queste persone nell'ambito istituzionale. Cioè il tema del collegamento fra i livelli, dove ognuno deve avere la sua competenza genericamente sulla rappresentanza di queste persone, riguarda anche a dei link tra questi livelli che siano funzionanti, che facciano passare, perché la soluzione non è solo ad un livello, è che certamente non solo legato alle donne migranti.
Grazie Barbara, thank you for this
Mi dispiace di intervenire, solo una cosa che mi sembra importante in questo momento, nel senso che noi per esempio, come tanti altri, come anche tante altre associazioni, ONG, non abbiamo una sede, non abbiamo persone assunte, quindi non possiamo avere psicologi, non possiamo avere educatori, personale specializzato, eccetera. Però i migranti, i nostri connazionali come altri, là dove sentono la lingua madre, un operatore del paese di origine, si sentono molto meglio nel loro un conforto diverso, quindi c'è la necessità di dare supporto anche alle ONG dei stranieri, di migranti. Chiudo che altrimenti...
Thank you, grazie Silvia. I think if there is not anything else anyone would like to add. I know it's a big discussion. There are many topics which are also overlapping, many spheres of dialogue, all interconnected still. So I hope that also through this path we could also balance them up and have the chance to work on and to work. I mean, to reflect and to work to navigate them. I will for sure share with you all this very visual mapping of our challenges, and I think that we also will have the chance to work more on this later on, with also not only the main challenges but also all that has been going around them, which has been creating various overlapping dimensions of challenges. So thank you so much for bringing them up. Actually, the local challenges was a starting point also for us, for the Bright project, and mapping the challenges when it comes to the representation of the women was a starting point for the definition of a strategy and of a work together. So now I will just for a moment stop share this, and I will go back to the PowerPoint presentation that we have been using in order to actually give the floor. I hope you can see my screen. Back to the PowerPoint. Can you? No?
No.
No.
Just a second.
No.
I will do this again. Now it's gonna work. I'm confident. Voila. Now we should be able to see this.
Yep.
Okay, great. So the starting point for our reflection and our action in the case of Bright was context-specific challenges. We have mapped them in Italy, in Bulgaria, and in Romania. Today, we will focus on the challenges identified in Italy and in Romania by the colleagues of CREA and CPE that you have already met. So I will give them the floor for closing up this very first meeting. I will invite first the colleagues from CREA.
Sì, ok, grazie Martina. Sì, parlerò in italiano così facciamo prima, visto la mia minore confidenza con l'inglese. Allora, come dicevi, appunto, Bright fondamentalmente per noi è stato un momento per approfondire alcune tematiche sulla condizione appunto delle donne migranti in Italia. Alcune di queste c'erano già note, nel senso che lo sappiamo tutti, cioè esiste su questa tematica una conoscenza empirica, diciamo, che ci porta a dire che fondamentalmente il lavoro femminile è un lavoro sottorappresentato. Il lavoro femminile in agricoltura è un lavoro sottorappresentato, non solo quantitativamente, quindi dal punto di vista dei numeri, ma anche sottorappresentato qualitativamente, perché noi sappiamo, almeno dalle poche informazioni che ci sono, che comunque alle donne hanno spesso contratti che garantiscono sia dal punto di vista sociale che dal punto di vista economico, non garantiscono gli stessi livelli, diciamo, di soddisfazione che viene invece dato in qualche caso agli uomini. E quindi questa era la prima sfida fondamentalmente, cioè le donne che lavorano in agricoltura sono poche, non sono, diciamo, non riescono a raggiungere gli stessi livelli di rappresentanza degli uomini, e quindi Bright poteva essere questo momento per capire come si poteva in qualche modo risolvere questa sfida o comunque contribuire alla risoluzione di questa sfida. In modo particolare tutto questo si ripercuote sulle donne migranti, perché appunto le donne migranti, come è stato detto anche prima durante i laboratori, i workshop diciamo singoli, le donne migranti sono ancora meno ascoltate, quindi sono ancora più invisibili. Con Bright abbiamo cercato quindi di provare a dare voce alle donne attraverso la mediazione del sindacato, e siamo andati a indagare le loro condizioni di vita, le loro condizioni di lavoro, anche quello che eventualmente le aziende offrono come dire, in sostituzione di servizi, e anche qual è il loro livello di percezione delle condizioni di violenza eventualmente ci fossero. Ora è chiaro che queste risposte spesso hanno rivelato una difficoltà non solo di esprimersi, ma anche una paura di farlo sostanzialmente. È importante, prima si parlava anche di integrazione, è importante perché, voglio dire, l'emersione del bisogno di questa categoria di lavoratrici deve avvenire, ma anche perché ci deve essere una condivisione anche con le stesse aziende agricole, una condivisione anche con i soggetti istituzionali che sul territorio in qualche modo sono deputati alla loro sicurezza anche, o comunque alla supervisione, insomma, che i diritti di queste donne vengano garantiti. Ecco perché abbiamo anche cercato di intervistare sia le aziende che anche i soggetti istituzionali, in particolare prefetture, questure, che sul territorio italiano cercano di garantire questi diritti. Detto questo, quindi, noi diciamo quello che, come ho detto, è importante per noi, è stato importante con Bright e sarà ancora importante, è aver individuato in questo progetto una sorta di laboratorio, un laboratorio che ci permette, proprio perché abbiamo evidenziato tutte le difficoltà di informazione, ci può permettere di trovare un modello o poter individuare una modalità nuova per ascoltare queste donne, quindi individuare necessità e bisogni a cui i numeri non ci fanno arrivare, diciamo, oltre che coniugare questi bisogni anche con le comunità locali. Grazie.
Grazie, thank you very much. Romania. Keep to continue building on local challenges. The floor is yours, Irina.
Well, as a part of our needs assessment, we conducted two kind of interviews. As our colleagues from Italia, we had a set of interviews with women who experienced working in agriculture in Italy, but also with people at the local level who could potentially support women. So we have two categories of challenges. One of the category is the challenges from Romania, from home, as a departure place for the women. And as was seen during the discussion before, there are few challenges that are the same in everywhere. And it's the fact that public institution, it's not a reliable source of information and resources for women who are planning to live in Italy for a job in agriculture. And the contact between women and local authorities are made only for bureaucratic reasons, signing a paper or a declaration or a stamp or a signature, that's all. And the women are not used to go to the local authority to ask more than a simple stamp. It's also this informal recruitment chain for jobs abroad made by family, friends, neighbor, or other workers who came back in Romania and recruit other women. And very, very important, no preparation for living. Women are living without knowing language at all, without knowing specific condition at the future working place, like accommodation, working hours, rights, or possible emergency returning ways. As a suggested solution for communities in Romania was mentioned involving the local NGOs working directly with women, and I'm glad that we have here between the participants on Romanian NGO working at the local level, but also involving the community social workers paid by the local authorities to make other kind of tasks, but with some trainings and support, they can do this work of helping women. On the other hand, challenges from abroad, in fact, from Italy and south of Italy, because was our focus, was working hours, overtime, and burnout. We already spoke about it, that the working contracts did not properly reflect their real working hours, and sometimes a working day takes like 14 hours per day, and double exploitation made by the women by themselves, but also by the employer. They have a very few free time, and they are encouraged or decide to do things even in this small free time, like extra working for extra money in the current employer, or going to another employer to make some extra hours, or even working in other houses for cleaning and other domestic chores. Improper working conditions and no proper working equipment, but also poor living condition. From discussion, we found out that there is a problem with the services for children. They benefits in Italy from daycare centers, but no formal education. And when they are coming back in Romania, they have a problem to be reintegrated in the formal education system. But also the women perceived the south of Italy as an unsafe place for women. They feel labeled more than men and more than other nationalities. And they have also no so much information about institutions and the organization can help them there in Italy. They have very little contact with the local institution, let's say, mostly hospitals and some work-related institution. They are staying in their community and not interact so much with the local community where they are living, and they are feeling quite alone there. And some suggestions: creating trade unions of the Romanian workers, also having more support from the embassy and the Romanian consulate, but also they considered that other women can be resource person for other women working in Italy in agriculture, because they are very empathic with other women. So that was our conclusions.
Thank you very much, Irina. Thank you again, Grazia. I think we have also gathered some insights from the challenges that are rooted in the Bright project. We are now almost at the end of this meeting. I'm sorry that we are a bit late. So what about the next steps? So today we just mapped and we reflected a bit on the challenges. The next step is reflect together and think together how from the challenges we can go to the solutions. This is something that has been again at the very core of the Bright project and in its methodology. We have not spoken much about it today, and that was on purpose. It will be next webinar in November. Dates coming up very soon that will focus on that, and we will see how all these challenges, or how this methodology is designed to adopt a specific approach to answers to some of these challenges. I would like to thank you very much for your participation today. I'm sorry that we were a bit on a hurry to do everything. It won't be the same in the next webinars. Just one last thing before leaving, which is I would kindly ask you to give us a feedback about this webinar live. This is very easy. You will just have to go to this website. Oops, sorry. I will send the link here in the chat. Oh no. Just a second. I had to stop sharing, I'm sorry. So now I will send you the link here, and I would ask you to go to go to this link, and in case it is asked to enter this code, it's just one question, very quick one, and to share your feedback with us. I hope Mentimeter is going to work, is working. Technology is also a challenge today.
I cannot click on it. It is not possible to click.
Is it on the link, you mean?
Yeah.
Is it the same problem for everyone?
No, it doesn't work.
The link is in the chat. No,
yeah, the link is in the chat.
Yes.
Yes, maybe you have to copy and paste.
Yeah, I put it already in the chat. Has anyone managed to? Oops. Has anyone managed to access it?
Yes.
Yes, it's working.
Yeah. No, per me non funziona,
Sì, io
non so
sì,
perché.
Martina.
Questo del chat non funziona, non lo so perché.
No, no, io
But
sono
maybe you have to
again?
paste a copy.
Yes,
It's
here.
Ho fatto copia e incolla, ma non va. Oh. Ah, ecco, sì, ok.
Okay.
I don't see in the chats the link. In my chats, there is no link.
Okay. This is Mira speaking, right?
Yes.
I sent it to you privately.
No, but this is not the chat from you. It is from the operator, Zoom operator.
I don't know. We going to send it to you via Skype. Perhaps it works. Otherwise, we will do this offline. Later on, I will send you the link via email. Oops.
It's okay. I receive it.
Okay. Let's see if we can see the feedbacks. I guess I have to, well, it's too complicated now, but I will send you, if everyone has answered to the question.
I did.
Okay. I will share with you the
result.
The outcome, yes, via email together with this presentation, all the pictures, and we will keep in touch for the next webinar. I thank you very much for the participation. It is not always the case, so I really thank you for this exchange, and I hope that we will see each other soon for the next steps of this path.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Martina.
Thank you, Martina.
Bye, thank you, Martina.
Grazie a tutti, è stato un piacere. Salve.
Grazie, arrivederci.
Grazie.
Arrivederci a tutti.
Ехо, кой е още вътре? We are still there.
Thank you very much, Martina. Nice to meet you.
Yes, same here. Thank you very much for being here.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.